Hi, Jacques. We're working as a Christian pastor with one thought to help you do life well. We all have different appetites for risk. Some people seem to need a lot of it. Some people cannot stand it. But I suspect most of us fall somewhere in between, where we like to take risks in certain areas but not in other areas. Our appetite for risk and our ability to take a risk can be an outflow of a whole number of factors. But on a fundamental level, we can only take a risk if we believe in a possible positive outcome. It's a form of faith, the belief that the outcome will be worth the risk. Previous experiences, our trust in our own ability to navigate these uncertainties, and a deep knowledge of our context are some of the factors that help us negotiate risk. But in the end, risk requires faith, just like what the disciples displayed. They once asked Jesus where they were going to celebrate a Passover meal, and Jesus sent them into Jerusalem with very vague instructions. Now, he had done that before, sending them into the city with vague instructions to find a donkey, and it came off. So they had a history with Jesus. They also knew him. They walked with him for 3.5 years, and in that time he never dropped them. So they knew they could trust him. But over and above that, they also knew that their culture, the time, the context that they lived in, valued hospitality. These three factors enabled them to go to a stranger and ask him permission to have a meal in an upper room in his house, because they could negotiate that risk. Their action brings me to the thought that I want to share with you today. There is no such thing as blind faith. Faith sees. It sees the one that we can trust in. It sees and remembers, in a way, the history of his faithfulness. And it also sees the context that we find ourselves in. And that ability to see enables us to take a risk. We cannot go through life without taking risks. But taking a risk does not mean that you have to be stupid. Trust him. Remember your history with him. And look at your context, your surroundings. And when those three things converge, take a risk. Because in the end, we would not be able to do life without taking a risk. I hope this thought encourages you. I hope it enables you to take a risk and make wise decisions. But most of all, I pray that you and I can meet up soon.